Welcome back. It is Wednesday, July 2nd in the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way. As always, it is Austin joined by Logan recapping yesterday. Fortunately, Logan, your pick didn't happen like a lot of games yesterday, and I went 0-2 on my two. Jeffrey Springs gave up two solo homers. I don't really hate that read. They ended up getting a guy on second, one out, couldn't get him home. Also, the guy on third, one out, couldn't get him home. Braves, they could not do anything yesterday. We had an Austin Riley double that would have been a home run in over half of ballparks, but they just could not get anything going on Tyler Anderson. They'll probably put up 12 runs today because that's been the nature of if we lose picks. I mean, look at that Pirates game yesterday. I had like one run in the whole full game. And what was my other one that we lost the other day? I don't even remember. But either way, let's bounce back today, Logan. It was Dinger Tuesday. So we did our giveaway. Here are all the giveaway winners. Again, congrats to all the people out there that commented down below and gave us their favorite home run pick. Here are the four we picked out randomly, and you guys absolutely crushed it. So again, these are all the $25 giveaways. We had a George Springer, Seiya Suzuki, Jake McCarthy, and Kyle Stowers. So if that's you, that's your username. Go back to yesterday's video. We commented on how to get paid your $25. Again, thank you guys as always for commenting. Maybe next week we will do, we'll always do one on Tuesdays. Next week, if we can get on another heater, we'll again up the bankroll to $100 giveaway. Let's keep things going today, though. We got three picks. Let's not waste any more of your time. Again, do us a favor, go down below, like and subscribe. You can always leave us your favorite home run play down below if you want to. My first pick, Hunter Brown under 2.5 earned runs, minus 125 on DraftKings. Now, I know I swore to myself I wouldn't go into Coors and take unders, but here we are today, and I think this is a great one to back. And I know the Coors Field tax is in here to bake up Hunter Brown's normal line, which is 1.5 earned runs. It's been bumped up to 2.5. But if you know one thing, and what I've been watching on the Rockies, you can fade them against righties. Against lefties, they're actually pretty good. And we saw that yesterday when they faced Colton Gordon and they tagged him for some runs. But against righties, this team has been really struggling, even in Coors Field, where the weather's great for them, but still not doing a whole lot. And you can see that if you look at the last 9 righties to face them at Coors. So you're getting the best hitting conditions. Last 9, 6 of those 9 went under. A lot of them pitched pretty well. Really, the only one they tagged was Zach Gallen for 7 earned runs, a guy that they see pretty often. They never see Hunter Brown. And I think you can go out there and carve them. And that's something he's done all season. He's under this line in 14 of 16 starts. He's been exceptional. The last 3 righties to face the Rockies have gone 17 innings, given up 0 earned runs. Now, granted, some of those starts weren't in Coors, but still, they've been really struggling. And since June 1st at home, here's their numbers. This is at home. They ranked 25th in WRC plus. What is that? 5th lowest, and own the 3rd highest K percentage versus righties. So again, if Hunter Brown comes into some trouble, maybe it's 1st and 3rd, 1 out, he can hunt that strikeout, and he's got a lot of good K targets out there. And Brown, 92nd percentile in K percentage, 96th in hard hit percentage, and 75th in ground ball percentage. Also 97th in average exit velocity. So again, in Coors, where can he run into some trouble? You give up a lot of hard contact because then the ball flies. But again, he's keeping the ball on the ground, giving up soft contact. Exactly what you want to see. Now, he did pitch at Coors once in his career. It was in 2023. He gave up 4 earned runs. 3 of those came in the first inning. So maybe it was a little bit of jitters. I'm in Coors. I'm a little nervous. It's like July 18th of 2023. But again, if you look at Hunter Brown then versus now, completely different pitchers. Then he had like over 5 ERA. This year he's at 2, and he's been absolutely dominant. And I just don't see that changing today against a team that's really struggling against righties. So first pick of the day, Hunter Brown under 2.5 earned runs. I think he goes out there and carves, and I think he absolutely destroys this Rockies lineup. But Logan, you're going back to a scene of the crime pick, and I think it's absolutely smacking. One of these teams might score 10 by themselves. I love the pick, but Logan, I'll let you take things away. Where are we headed?
Yeah, you mentioned scene of the crime, poverty yesterday from the Braves. Today we're changing that. Angels and Braves over 9.5, minus 105 odds on BetMGM is your best value there. Yes, now the Braves did a whole lot of nothing for Austin yesterday for his Braves pick. But again, this total just sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, if you're just looking at the slate, the books aren't afraid to put 8.5s, 8s out there every now and then. But these 2 starting pitchers, I was actually kind of surprised to see a 9.5. And you guys, you know me, when I see a total that I think is a little bit too high, I like to take the over historically. And normally it does pay, especially after what we saw yesterday from the Braves being poverty. Now they have a chance at redemption today. And what I also like about this game is we have hitter-friendly conditions with the wind blowing out at Truist Park. That should see an increase in extra base hits today. Hopefully the ball does carry, and hopefully we do get a lot of home runs. I was looking through the home run comments yesterday. Everyone wanted, an Austin Riley, an Acuna, an Ozzie Albies dinger. Those did not happen. And wouldn't it be so funny if the day after Dinger Tuesday, all those Braves hitters that you guys thought would hit home runs hit one today. I mean, we've seen that time and time again. That's a tale as old as time. But let's talk about who starts for the Braves today. It's going to be Didier Fuentes. We'll just call him Fuentes. I don't want to say Diddy. 10.8 ERA, 1.8 WHIP for Fuentes. He's been bad in very limited sample size, of course. He's allowing a 400 batting average to right-handed batters, 364 batting average to left-handed batters. So he's getting hit from both sides of the plate. I'm not really sure what this guy can do at a major league level well. He's just getting tagged. With men on, he's allowing a 471 batting average, 500 batting average with runners in scoring position. Obviously, some of those are inflated from a small sample size, but overall, I just look at those numbers and I'm like, I just don't think he can pitch at a major league level consistently. If he goes out and drops a masterclass on my head, whatever, I'll live with it, because the Angels are seeing righties pretty well. They're hitting 257 against righties in their last 5 games, which is a good enough batting average for me to feel comfortable backing them today. I think they get to Fuentes, and I think they chase him relatively early. I mean, if I'm the Braves, I'm not trying to leave that guy out there to host BP, but they just might. I mean, we'll see. The Braves have weird bullpen management, but I think they get runs. The Angels give us some runs to work with. And then on the other side, it's going to be Yusei Kikuchi starting for the Angels, 2.79 ERA, 1.37 WHIP. We're approaching the part of the season where I think low ERA pitchers are due regression. And we will see post All-Star break if some of these pre-All-Star break sub-3 ERA pitchers can keep it. Because I think Kikuchi's a prime target to have he'll finish in the mid-3 ERA as the season goes on. So you have to kind of call his regression starts. This is a very bad spot for him on the road against the Braves. Even though the Braves did get cooked by Tyler Anderson yesterday, they have seen Kikuchi before, and a lot of this roster has hit pretty well versus him. As a roster, the Braves are hitting 294 in 74 plate appearances versus Kikuchi. So again, some of those hitters that will be in the lineup today have seen him before, and they've hit him pretty well. Kikuchi's also allowing a 245 batting average to right-handed batters, which is important because I want those righties in there doing something. Acuna, Riley, etc. I need you guys to do something today. On the road, his ERA also, that's where we fade Kikuchi. 4.47 ERA on the road compared to a 1.12 at home. Virtually unhittable at home, but he is very, vulnerable on the road. So it's so weird. It's like you average those out, and that's how you get his sub-3 ERA. But a lot of that weight is being pulled by that 1 ERA at home. With runners in scoring position, Kikuchi allowing a 281 batting average. Again, that's where I find the regression for guys like him. He doesn't pitch that well with men on, and he doesn't pitch that well with runners in scoring position. It's like up to the Braves to get the timely hit. All I can say is the opportunities will be there against Kikuchi today. I don't swing the bats for them, though. If they want to go strand some more runners in scoring position, I will just say, well, poverty. Nothing we can do about that. I still think, though, they'll get to Kikuchi. He's susceptible to getting hit hard. And with hitter-friendly conditions today, I think Kikuchi gives up a few home runs himself. This is also the Braves' 4th straight game seeing lefty starter. Now, Austin might have been a game ahead with Tyler Anderson yesterday, saying, well, now they're seeing a 3rd straight lefty. Now they're seeing a 4th straight lefty. And it's now or never, really, to put up some runs against the lefty starter. Why? Because they've also lost 3 of their last 4 games. So they're reeling, and it's up to them today to really, show some desperation on the base path, which is, I think, what they do against Kikuchi today. And then we go to the bullpens. Last point of note, over the last 2 weeks, Atlanta 2nd in bullpen ERA, Angels 12th in bullpen ERA. Now, obviously, the Braves bullpen pretty solid, but I don't see either starting pitcher going particularly deep. I think I'd be shocked if either of these pitchers lasted over 5 innings. That's kind of how I see it. I think the pitch counts will be run up. And then we get a lot of bullpen exposure, which, again, all it just takes is one arm that doesn't have it, and that could be an instant 3 runs to this over. I love this over today. I think Austin might have been a day early on the Braves against the lefty, and hopefully that is the case. But Austin, you got a 3rd pick. What you rolling with?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And something I might have overlooked yesterday was Tyler Anderson against right-handed batters. He's been really good this season. That's where the Braves rely on a lot of production is from those righties. Acuna was just absolutely lost to the plate yesterday against Tyler Anderson. However, Kikuchi on the other side struggles a lot more versus righties. So maybe we'll get some production there. Matt Olson, who's seeing the ball well from the left-handed side of the plate, can do something. And man, Michael Harris and Drake Baldwin, you guys got to figure it out. because we need some production from those two fellas. But final pick of the day, third and final one, I have an over. And we were on our 12-0 run. We went to this team over and over again, no pun intended. It's the Marlins. We're going back to them. Twins and Marlins, though, over 8 runs, minus 120 on Fanatics. I love this at 8.5. I think this could easily have 10 plus, 12 plus runs in this game. Yesterday, it was Joe Ryan, Edward Cabrera. Those two guys cooked both of these two offenses. Today, you'll have some junk on the mound, no pun intended. We'll talk about Mr. Jansen junk, but we'll talk about Mr. Simeon Woods Richardson first, who has been up and down the season. He's been a roller coaster. He's coming off a really good start. And when you see that, normally the regression comes his way. And we've kind of seen that all season long, especially on the road for Woods Richardson. And you can look at his splits on the road, 5.53 ERA and a 1.63 whip. I mean, allowing almost 2 batters to get on base per inning. I mean, you're eventually going to run into some trouble, and he's seen that. Simeon Woods Richardson, 360 batting average with runners in scoring position on the road, 314 to lefties. And we know this is a Marlins team with a lot of good left-handed batters in there that can do some damage. Now, didn't do much on Joe Ryan, but he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball. But we know they're really good. And Woods Richardson, 6th percentile in barrel percentage, 9th in ground ball percentage, 18th in expected ERA. Why are those important numbers? Well, we've talked to the Fish before. When we're back in their team total overs and the overs in their D-backs series, it was because they were facing righties. They got hit hard. And why is that? Because since June 1st, Miami, 3rd highest batting average versus righties, and they own the 7th highest hard hit percentage and 5th in line drive percentage. So again, this is a team sending balls into the gap or sending them into the bleachers, and they should be able to do that against SWR. On the other side, we talked about and joked about Jansen Junk. Jansen Junk will start for him. He's been actually pretty good at home, so we'll see if we can get this guy to get some regression at home. But there's some underlying metrics here that are like, something's not looking too great for him. One of them is 345 batting average with runners in scoring position. But the main one is if you look at how the Twins have been doing recently, and we'll kind of touch on some junk percentiles. You look at June 1st, the Twins since then, 7th highest OPS versus righties, 9th in hard hit percentage, 6th in highest fly ball percentage. Now, just because you're getting fly balls doesn't mean anything, but they're hitting them hard. And why is that important? Because Jansen Junk, 1st percentile in both expected batting average and hard hit percentage. So again, getting hit super hard. And if you're doing that against a Twins team that's swinging the hot bats, can hit the ball hard, you're giving up home runs. Let's just hope they're not solo bombs. We can get some 2-3 run homers in there. But I certainly think these two starters, both of them could go out there. One of them could give up 5 earned runs by themselves. I don't want to shock me, but if we get maybe 2 or 3 a piece from each of them, then we turn over to some bullpens where there are some opportunities. We've talked about this Miami bullpen. They've been decent-ish since June 1st, 14th in bullpen ERA. But, man, do they have some guys in there that when they come in, you look at their ERAs like, oh, no. Then the Twins on the other side, 30th, dead last in the ERA for the bullpens over since June 1st. They've been a little bit better over the last 2 weeks, but over the last week or so. But, again, this is more of a full-body sample size. I don't care what you've done in the last week. It's full body. Maybe you could say over the last week, they're due some regression, go back to their season long averages. So again, I love this game. I think there's tons of runs here. Coming off a snooze fest yesterday, I think Twins and Marlins, both these offenses are easily capable of putting honestly up 8 runs by themselves. But I think that's a combination, maybe a 5-4 type game. Heck, go to extra innings for all I care. I really like the over in that game. So to recap our 3 picks, Hunter Browns, under and earned runs, the over in the Angels and Braves game, which might just hit by the Braves scoring 10 themselves, and the over in the Twins and Marlins game. A reminder, if your name is on the screen, you won one of our $25 giveaway winners, go back to yesterday's video, go to your comment. We put exactly what to do, and it's really just emailing me your Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and whatnot. Put your username in there and that email as well. Those are the picks. Let's have a day. We'll see you guys back again in the next one with hopefully the brooms out. See you guys then. Peace.